Welcome to another episode of Cooking with Lewis and Clark.
Today, we're going to whip up some cherry sauce, just like Lewis and Clark did, 19th century style. Hey, welcome to another episode of Cooking with Lewis and Clark. That's Mr. Graham.
And that's Mr. Raymond.
And today, we're actually here to do the season finale. This is it for season 2.
We made it.
We made it, and today we're going to top everything off with dessert. That's right, we are making cherry sauce. Now, cherry sauce will be used as a dessert topping. And by 1804, the winter of 1804, Lewis and Clark and the Corps of Discovery had made it to the Mandan Village in what is now central North Dakota. It was actually their first goal. That's where they planned to get to because the Mandan Village was the main trading post, and they expected, and they did find a guide and interpreter to help them get across the Rocky Mountains. So what did they eat, Mr. Graham?
Well, they ate cherry sauce here. They met with the Hidatsa and the Mandan Indians, and they found that the women of the tribe were the expert farmers. The women would go out and pick different berries and cherries. They'd actually make the cherries, mix them with hot water for medicinal purposes, and that's what they had there. I wonder if I can get my wife to go out and farm for me and pick berries for me. That probably won't happen.
Well, you going to show this to your wife?
No.
So anyway, in order to make cherry sauce, just like Lewis and Clark and the Mandan did way back in 1804, here's what you need. You need to have a pot. We're going to make it in there. We have to have some water. We're just going to put our water in our pot. And Mr. Graham, of course, we're going to make cherry sauce. We also have to have some cherries. And I got those in the cherry aisle.
Cherry aisle. Yep.
Yes. Some other things we need to have, some honey. Now, this isn't ordinary honey. You know, you can go to the store and just buy jars of honey, but I go to the local market and buy local honey. Not only is it incredibly good tasting, but it's very good for your allergies. And we need to have some all-purpose flour, which is very windy today, so we do have it covered up.
Yep.
And unfortunately, Mr. Graham, today we have some salt without the...
No pepper.
No pepper.
No pepper, just the salt.
Just the salt. Very simple recipe for today. Mix it together.
Yep, mix it together.
So what do you want? You want the...
I'll try to manipulate the flour here.
Yeah, put the flour in here. And I tell you what, this is just not going to be pretty.
No.
Actually, it's going to look ugly. Just dump it in.
It's going to be a mess. And
we're going to stir this together. And yes, there we go. Again, that really does look like something the dog yacked up. I'm going to add in some salt, because that seems to be the easiest thing to do. And then, Mr. Graham, I'm going to... I'll tell you what. I'm going to put in the honey, because... that just is going to get in there, and I have a feeling we're not going to get it all in.
Yeah.
But we're going to do the best we can. And I'm going to use my fingers because, you know, we're not barbarians. You know, and if you don't like honey, don't have honey, you can substitute sugar.
Yeah.
We're not going to use the spoon again, are we?
No. Go for it. It's your spoon anyway.
Mr. Graham, you want to do me the honor with the cherries?
Yep.
Go ahead and dump those in. All right. Seriously, this is what we're doing. Now, like I said, right now, this really does kind of look like something that the dog yacked up. It does not look appetizing whatsoever. It looks like the flour is just kind of clumped up.
Yeah.
But it says we're going to put it over the fire and we're going to let it boil. So, step one is put it over the fire. So, I'll let Mr. Graham do it. Well, here, I tell you what, I'm going to put the lid on it, put it over the fire, let it boil. Then step two, I think it said, reduce it to medium heat.
Yep,
which will take our campfire down to medium heat.
I'll work on that right away.
All right, so we're just going to let it boil. We'll come back in a couple minutes when it's boiling, and we'll see how things are going.
Yep.
All right. Well, Mr. Graham, it looks like we got boiling cherry sauce in here.
That medium heat did the trick.
And I tell you what, look at that. The clumps are gone.
It's thickening up pretty good.
It's thickened up. The clumps seem to be gone, or at least you can't see them.
Yeah.
So now it's boiling. We're going to magically set our fire to medium heat.
Medium heat again.
And then we're going to leave the lid off. We're going to let this kind of simmer here for about 5 minutes, and then we'll stick it on some dessert. It'll be good. It'll
look a little better too.
Yeah, it really does look like, well, cherry sauce.
Yeah, it looks like the book.
And it
looks like the recipe.
And it looks like a dessert topping. All right, so we'll be back. That's looking real good.
It is.
And I think that we can call it done. I mean, what do you think?
I think we can call it done.
All right, yeah. I mean, like I said, it's cherry sauce, and I don't know what's done and what's not. I mean,
I'm sure it would thicken up if we left it on there a little longer.
I think the longer you leave it on there, more evaporation happens.
Yeah.
Well, that's science.
History.
There we go. And, hey, by the way, did you notice the connection? George Washington, cherry sauce. Come on. All right, so let's take this off of here. Don't forget to use a pot holder. I mean, this one is hot.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to take it over here. And not cake or anything like that, or cornbread or anything. I'm going to, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I got my favorite dessert, which is ice cream.
Ice cream.
And ice cream is one of my favorite flavors. And I eat it whenever I can, wherever I go, and I thought it would be the perfect thing to do to eat this with. So,
Can't go wrong with ice cream.
you know what, and once we, even though this is hot, I'm thinking that when we put on the ice cream, it won't be so hot.
For once, we're gonna have something that's not terribly hot.
So, yes. So, Mr. Graham, I'm going to give you some of the sauce and make sure I get at least 2 of the cherries in there.
Okay.
Put that on top of there. And put that on mine. Cameraman, I got some for you. All right, Mr. Graham. Hey,
Yeah.
It's been a great year.
It absolutely has.
It's been an excellent year.
Thanks for
and
having me on
topping
your
off.
channel.
And thank you to Alex Raymond for doing the video today.
Thank you.
And let's see how we do here. Got one of those cherries.
Not hot.
Not hot. Oh,
It's good.
tastes like a sundae.
It does, yeah.
It really tastes like a sundae with strawberry top. Or,
That adds
sorry,
a lot.
cherries.
Adds a lot to the ice cream, for sure.
Excellent. All right. Well, that's about it for Cooking with Lewis and Clark this year. I'm Mr. Raymond,
I'm Mr. Graham.
and we'd like to thank you guys for joining us, and we'll see you next year.
Thank you.
We're not that bad.
No, seriously, thanks for having me on your channel. Thank
Well,
you.
yes, that's awesome. Did you want some of this, Alex, or not?
Nope.
If you want to whip up some cherry sauce just like Lewis and Clark, here's what you need and what you need to do.
Just read really fast.
Farming? Berries? Get your own dinner.